Hello and salut everybody. Question of the day is, why is travel a deal breaker for women? Loaded question, but we are going to discuss, and I'm going to tell you why I'm asking this question. But before we do, I want to say welcome to the channel, Chatting with Nicole. We're just chatting here. If you have not subscribed, do me a favor, do that right now. Share this video, like, and also check out the rest of the videos. Thank you very much for being here. So, how are you doing today? How are you feeling today? What is going on today? I want to tell you how I'm feeling. I am here with you, which is awesome. I am grateful. I am so happy that you are listening to me right now. I'm happy that I'm able to do this with you. And thank you for listening to me. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being here. I am grateful. You know, life is not perfect. A lot going on in my life right now. A few things are going on right now. But I am still grateful because I am alive. Because I am breathing. Because I woke up this morning. You know, so I am standing here with you. So I want to say thank you for being here. And I want to encourage you that whatever is going on in your life, wherever you are, whoever you are, however impossible it seems, I want you to have a grateful heart. I want you to be grateful. Why? Because, you know I'm going to say it. You know what I'm going to say? Because we are alive. Because we are breathing. As long as we are breathing, there is a chance for whatever it is that is going on to get better. So keep a grateful heart. So the question is, why is travel a deal breaker for women? Yes, travel is a deal breaker for women. Nowadays, you know how I talk about how dating life is brutal for young women looking for a husband, looking for marriage. You know, I always say that life is brutal. The dating life is brutal. And I also heard that, unfortunately, it is the same with, you know, men. Men are also struggling to find good women. I'm like, anyway. So men are looking for a good woman too. So they are also frustrating. So life is brutal for them as well. So I found that out. What I didn't know is that our young man, you know, our young generation, our young men or you know, women are going through the same thing. I'm talking about, you know, young men in their 20s, young men in their, you know, 30s, you know, young men in their early 20s. They are also feeling the pressure. They are also going through these frustrations that we are going through that I will never have thought about. You know, I have thought that, you know, young men at that age, they're like, you know what, life is perfect for them. You know, they have everything they want. They're doing whatever they want. You know, they're getting their life started. I never thought about, you know, dating life, stuff like that will be a major issue for them. It wasn't until what had happened was, so my son's friend visited him. He came here last time. So he stopped by to say hi while he was waiting for my son to get ready. So he stopped by and, you know, we were talking. We're always talking, you know, to him. So I was talking to him about Africa the last time he traveled. His parents traveled, you know, recently to Nigeria. He's from Nigeria. And he was telling me about how he traveled so much while, you know, his, you know, parents were taking him all the way like back and forth. Now he's like, he's worn out of travel. But I was telling him he still hasn't been back home for a while. So he needed to go back to Africa. You know how I'm always, you know, bragging about Africa, telling, you know, our young kids, they need to go to Africa. So one thing led to another. And I found out that on social media nowadays, these young, you know, and before you start guessing my age and start wondering, wait, her son, why is her, I want to tell you, my son in his early or late 20s, so he's not a 13-year-old boy that I'm encouraging, you know, about dating or anything like that. So my son, he is an adult, you know, he's in his early and late 20s. I don't want you starting guessing, oh, okay, she's no. A young lady, a lady doesn't tell her age, right? So I don't want you sitting there guessing my age. So he's a young man. He's an adult. So his friend is adult. He's a young man. So just get that out of the way. In case you are wondering, in case you started thinking, in case your mind started going somewhere else, I want you right here. Stay here with me. All right. So let's focus on the question at hand. So while we are talking, come to find out, one thing led to another. Come to find out that the pressure nowadays, every woman on social media or every woman they meet, they are asking, their number one deal breaker is, do you love to travel? Travel is their number one deal breaker. Apparently, and when I start asking this question, investigating, they have people on social media sharing their travel locations. Their travel here, they've been that, thanks to their boyfriend, girlfriend, their husbands, thanks to their girlfriends, thanks to the people they are hanging out with, thanks to their significant others. They are traveling everywhere. They are posting videos everywhere and pictures. So they are encouraging, they are saying how, perfect their life is, how happy they are, the fact that they are able to travel and go everywhere they want. So us, our children, our new generation, they are seeing that and they are feeling like they are missing out. They're feeling like this is what we want to be happy. So they're feeling like they need a man, they need to go out with somebody who loves to travel. So what they are decided to do on social media now or in real life, what women are using as their deal breaker is the number one question to men is, do you love to travel? So if the guy said, I don't like to travel, then that's a deal breaker. Yes. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what is happening. If you don't know, now you know. So I'm telling you, I'm putting you in the know. That's what is happening now. So right now, women are asking the number one question. The question that is a deal breaker. The deal breaker for a relationship right now is, do you love to travel? If you don't love to travel, then they know. If you say no, you don't love to travel, then that means that you're broke or you're cheap. They are using, do you love to travel? They're using the question to determine how deep is your pocket. How wealthy you are. They are using the you love to travel as a way of knowing how deep is your pocket. How wealthy you are. How much money you have. So instead of just coming and saying, how much do you make? Do you make enough for us to travel? Do you make enough to take care of me and, do this, pay for this and that, to be comfortable? Do you make enough for retirement? How much are you making? They are saying, do you love to travel? I know how crazy that is, how twisted that is, but that's what is happening. So I want you to pay attention. What is happening on social media is putting pressure, not only our young men, but our young women, because they're feeling like they need to have all these fake, profile, fake people. They need to have what these fake people and fake profiles have in order to be happy. They feel like they have to look like them and be like them and do like them in order to be happy. And that is not the case. The grass is always greener on the other side until you come close to the grass and realize that, oh, there are a lot of weeds on there. So I want us, parents, I know when your children are in their 20s, late 20s, those conversations, you just feel like, they have it. That's how I feel like, they don't have any problems. They're okay, especially in dating. They look young, they look fresh, they are intelligent, they look good, they are handsome. You just think that they're not going to encounter all these pressure, all these issues. But come to find out, they are feeling it. Our young men, our young women are feeling this pressure. They are feeling this reject. They are feeling left out. So I am telling you, our parents, talk to our children. Because like this young man that I was talking to, he was opening up to me. I'm sure he didn't discuss everything he discussed with me to his mother, because his mother probably didn't even think about it to even ask him those questions. You know what I mean? To even have those deep conversations with him, because she doesn't think that he's going through that. That is happening. So I want to encourage you, have these conversations with your young man. And have these conversations with your young women, especially the young women, because they are feeling these pressure. They are feeling like they are feeling in a certain way to the certain point that they are asking and falling with these fake things that they shouldn't be focusing on. So I want you to talk to your children, talk to your new generation, and tell them what is important in life. Discuss what should be the right questions when they are sitting with a man in front of them, when they are meeting people. What are the important questions they should be asking? I am not condoning, young kids, having sex, or, sex before marriage, or young kids doing all of that. I'm not saying that. But they are growing up. People are married in their 20s. Our parents were married way before they reached the age of 16 or 17. So I know that this is a new generation. This nowadays, the pressure is on for our children. I found this out. So please talk to your young kids, talk to your young man, make them understand what is important. This young man I was talking, he knows what is important. He knows what was important. That's why he was saying that he's frustrated about all of this. And I'm grateful. And my son came down, we were talking, and I was happy that they know what is important. But not everybody know that. And we have to talk to our children. We need to tell them the right questions to ask, how to feel, what is important, what they should be focusing on and not focusing on. And I want to talk to my not so young ladies out there. All right. So my ladies, if you're there on social media right now, or you are dating right now, and you are using, do you love travel to be your deal breaker or your question in order to know how deep the man's pocket is? I want to tell you that instead of doing that, just ask them plainly. Because honesty is the best thing for any relationship. Start your relationship with honesty. That will take you further. But when you start doing faking stuff, and I'm going to discuss that in the next video, fake it till you make it. I'm going to discuss that later, because we are faking it till we make it, and that is not taking us anywhere. So back here. So if you're asking the question, if you're saying, do you love to travel? This man may be wealthy. This man may have all the qualities that you want in him, but he just doesn't like to travel. And maybe just because he's not used to it. Maybe because he doesn't have anybody to travel with. That's why he's saying no to you. So you don't want to use that question. Instead, just ask him plainly what you want to ask him, and you will know the right answer. So don't trick them. And if you just ask somebody, they don't like to travel, that should not be a deal breaker. They may still have the money, they may still have all the other quality. So don't ask them, if they say they don't like to travel, don't use that as a deal breaker. Not everybody can love to travel. We are all different. And you can you can introduce him to travel. You can get him to where you want him to be. So give them a chance. Don't allow their no to be a deal breaker. So figure out, ask the right questions, and do not use that as a deal breaker. Because if you do that, you may be, passing on to this great man that you are meant to be with, who is going to make you happy. So keep that in mind. Just be frank. Just be honest. Just come out there and just put it out there. And I promise you, you will not regret it. But if you twisting the questions and tricking them and asking this question, you will regret it. Please remember, travel should not be a deal breaker. Travel should not be a deal breaker for you to be with a man. Travel should not be a deal breaker for you to be with a man. There are far more important things to be focusing on than just travel being a deal breaker. You don't want to lose. You don't want to pass on to this great man or great woman that you could have been with, should be with. And my young man, please know that if a girl, that all these women, all they are interested in asking you is their deal breaker is the fact that you don't like to travel, don't let them discourage you. Don't let them pull you down. Don't be disappointed, because that's not what is important. You know what is important. If that's what they're interested in, then that's not the girl that you should be with. All right? So stay safe and blessed. And I'll see you next time you see me.